Have you ever woke up in the morning and you just don't feel right? You can't quite put your finger on it, but you feel kind of irritated, maybe even a little angry. And the first thing in your mind, it goes on roll calling. My husband didn't take me out for my birthday. These bills just keep coming. She hasn't paid me my money back. Why did I let myself gain so much weight? Why am I so behind? And before you know it, you're not just tired, you're resentful. Resentful for many things. But resentment doesn't just show up one morning with a suitcase. It builds quietly. It's like dishes in the sink. One cup, no problem. One plate, no issue. Put a spoon in there and a fork. Before you know it, a few days like that, now you have a sink piled with dishes and you're irritated. Resentment is emotional buildup from unmet expectations and unowned responsibility. That's both what scientists call working with your body, your mind, and your spirit in different directions. When your brain keeps a record of every perceived unfairness, it tracks what you gave versus what you got. And your spirit says, when we step out of alignment with truth, peace get up and leaves the room. And here's something that we don't always want to sit with. Sometimes resentment is a signal that something along the way was lost, that we slowly gave away our power of choice. Now, this is where we have to separate two things. Choices are what we decide, and responsibilities are what you own after you have made a decision. Let me repeat that. You make a choice, then you carry the responsibility of that choice. If you choose to loan the money, now you're responsible for how you handle it if it's not returned. If you choose to sign the mortgage, now you're responsible for navigating any increases in the payment. If you choose not to address your health, your body gets to respond. That doesn't make it wrong. It makes it your life journey. But here's the blessing in it all. If your choices are created, then your choices can be changed. Like the song of one of my favorite artists, I'm talking to the girl in the mirror and also the one standing, looking out the window this morning, evening, or afternoon. Because at some point, your healing begins when you stop pointing fingers and gently, bravely point inward. Not to beat yourself up, but to wake yourself up. Let's be honest. Here's something that we really need to look at. The story versus the truth. Ask yourself, What's actually happening? And what story did I build around it? For instance, he didn't take me out. The story, he doesn't value me. Those are not the same. What about why did they do such and such? Fill in the blank. Ask yourself, what part did I play, allow, or even ignore? That's not blame, that's taking ownership. What about this one? Did I clearly communicate what I needed, or did I silently expect them to just know? That one right there. Unspoken expectations are resentments waiting to happen. Remember, you have a choice. Did I choose this situation at some point, even indirectly? Because sometimes we're frustrated with outcomes that came from decisions we made in a different season. And now we're left with the consequences. Ask yourself, is this draining me or developing me? Is it teaching me how to make better choices? Because responsibility feels heavy at first, but it leads to freedom. Blame feels light at first, but eventually it leads to bondage, blaming others. The truth is, you have to ask yourself. Your mind forms patterns, your heart holds emotions, and your spirit longs for truth and alignment. When all three come together, that's when true healing happens. Taking responsibility is not easy because it removes the comfort of saying it's them, it's what they did, it's what they did. But it replaces a lie that you've been telling yourself. Understanding that you have the ability to choose differently, even right now, and that's freedom. So, when you wake up in the morning, or even as you go along your day today, don't rush to blame, point fingers. Ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to teach me about me? Not about others, about me. Not in a condemning way, but in a curious, loving, honest way. Because healing doesn't come from pointing fingers. It comes from opening your heart. Life is a series of choices, but here's the good news. As long as you're breathing, you are still choosing. And every choice is a chance to create a life that you don't have to wake up resenting or trying to blame others. Remember, this is me and you, and we're standing in our kitchen windows, and we're looking out, but we're looking in, and we're healing, and we're awakening to our greatness.